Because there's nothing you would gain out of recklessness, but you could lose everything you have in your hand. So that is the one thing that has changed. Rest everything still remains the same.
So today we have the senior cadets of 2018-2022 batch B.Tech placed in Chevron Asia Pacific. We have Sir Rahul Rana from Bihar and Sir Adarsh Varshnay from Bihar. Welcome sir. Welcome sir. So straight away let's get to the question and answers. Sir, Chevron is the first company you worked for, or you got chance in any other company also?
So actually I got chance in Musk tankers before the Chevron, but I got disqualified in the PLI round. So Chevron was my second chance.
Okay, sir. Sir, how is the feeling of crossing the first step, getting placed in such a great company?
See, at one hand, it is very overwhelming getting job in a hand before you leave the college. On the other hand, it gets really the anxiety starts kicking in. Because you know that there is an end of tunnel. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you don't know how far the tunnel is. So it get anxious at times. You just want to get out of here and you want to get into the second part. So it has mixed feelings, and it is something that cannot be explained in words. Okay, at some point people think that the life is very easy, but that anxiety keeps kicking in.
Yes, sir. Sir, you are the leader of the class and also the head of discipline committee.
Okay.
How do you manage things?
So actually means I've been given some of the responsibilities, and by the time the people learns, and from the from seventh semester till the last end semester, there are so many incident happens in the minute, in the campus, in the hostel, everywhere. So by the time there are some few mistakes I've learned, and I'm still learning. So that helps in building my personality, my skills, and overall development. So basically it begins with the experiences. That's
Yes, sir. What all steps did you cross in, like the placement procedures to get placed in Chevron? What was the criteria?
See, the criteria was not disclosed. We were just told that there was a list of 11 cadets, and after that, the list from 11 got shot down to 5, and we got a mail from the company about the interview. So the criteria was not disclosed. It was decided by the company and the college, I assume, combined, or the company itself. That we still don't know, but that is how we got to know.
Okay, so you just directly both of you appeared for the interview.
Yes.
yeah. I don't know about him, but for me, like I had a short interview by the Kolte sir.
Okay.
Kolte sir was the head of
That
placement.
I also feel. In fact, I had 2 interviews with Kolte sir. The first one was very random. He called me late in the evening and he was like, "How are you doing?" and everything. I'm just checking on you. Are you studying or not? And I did not perform very good because at that point I was firstly nervous, getting a call from the placement head.
Yes.
And secondly, I was not knowing what questions he's going to ask. So I got a bit nervous. I didn't do very good in that mock round or whatever you call it. And the second time he told me that, okay, you be prepared and I'll take one more round. And the second time it was good. It was really good.
You were prepared for that round?
Yeah. After the second round, he told me, okay, there's this company and your name has been shortlisted along with 10 more cadets. So we'll get back to you when things get started with the company. When they visit us and when they
Yes,
inform
when the
us.
procedure starts.
Yes.
That was the basic like screening round or something by the placement department of the manor. So from 11 to 5, in that screening round, we got 5 selected for the interview.
And then lastly, you got placed.
Yes.
Yes, sir. The change of things post placement,
Nothing has changed.
like how you are like in the college or hostel, like anything.
No, nothing has changed at all. Not even a single thing.
What it was previous, like before placement, just gets after placement.
Everything is almost same. Just the burden has got a little more. That now you cannot make a mistake.
Yes.
The recklessness that was supposed to be below 0%, it is like it should be strictly below, like somewhere even below. If there's an integer below 0, that is non-negative. It should be below that.
No tolerance.
Because there's nothing you would gain out of recklessness, but you could
Yes.
lose everything you have in your hand. So that is the one thing that has changed. Rest everything still remains the same.
And one more thing is that like the expectations of the faculties. Like now we visit to the classes or in the shipping campus, so the expectations of the faculties have like increased, you can say. So if they ask some questions or if they means they expect some answers from the placed cadets, especially. So when we don't give an answer or we don't perform good in practical or anything, so they just make a note or they just point us that you are a placed cadet, you are not performing good or you are not answering. So that is this one change that I have faced after the placement, like post placement.
Okay, sir, one interview question you would like to speak about and the way you answered there.
The best answer that I gave to them was, he asked me like, how do you decide to convert what you have studied in your college into the place of your work? So I told him about the work experience that I've had. While I was working during the lockdown, just some side job as a pastime, because everything was locked up and I had nothing else to do. So I was like, okay, let's test our knowledge and everything. So I told him, sir, that I have started doing it already, and that is the best thing that I could do. It was bit difficult. Explaining it is more difficult, because what we do is mostly hands-on. So either you know it or either you don't know it. There is not at all even a 1% chance of hit and trial method. You see, either you know it or you don't know it.
Yes.
So that is how I have tried. You first know it nicely and then you get your hands on it, because there is no scope of mistake. If you wreck the machine, then it's gone.
Gone.
There is no saving from there.
Yes, sir. So one question you would like to speak about and the way you answered it there.
Okay, so there was a very good question from me, like the chief engineer Kunal Bogal. So he asked me that suppose you are the second engineer on board ship, and you have been commanded with new trainee marine engineer on your ship. So how you are going to ensure that the trainee marine engineer is good for your ship or good for the crew or not? So I answered him that, sir, first of all, I'm not going to be harsh with him, because I know that even I as a cadet expect my seniors to be some to show some politeness towards me. And if such a situation happens with me that I am the second engineer and I have got a PME under me, under my under my command, so first of all I'll ask him basic questions that he should feel comfortable, and I'll also got to know that what he knows actually, like whatever theoretical knowledge or practical knowledge he has or he doesn't have. So after that, if I got to know that yes, he has satisfactory practical knowledge or theoretical knowledge that he can perform the job, so I can give him some job to do, and I also teach him. And if I got to know that he doesn't know anything or he has some poor technical knowledge or poor practical knowledge, so I'll try to teach him, and also I'll try to make him very little that could not harm the ship or the crew. So that was the good question that I found in my interview.
Okay, sir. So one incident at Manhattan which made you more apt for the industry.
Like there are so many incidents that happened with me, especially I'm the class leader and I've given some of the responsibilities. But yeah, like there are various incidents, but all on behalf of all that incidents, I can conclude that there are few people who will be in favor of yours, and there will be few people who will be against of yours. So your decisions should be as such that neither the people who is in favor you or against of you should suffer. So your decision should be a neutral decision
For everybody.
For everybody. Yes.
Yes, sir. So one thing according to you that will help a cadet in his hostel life.
One thing in hostel life. Okay, so initially the food is very good because there's a change of water and a change of taste. Later on, the food becomes boring. So you have to adjust with that. You cannot have good way with the food at all times. Drink lots of water. What happens is we have a very hectic schedule right from the first year to the fourth year. Everyone has their part in their hectic schedule. So drink lots of water, because what we saw in first year was most of the cadets who got sick, the doctor was saying that you're not drinking enough water. So that is two things. That is on the health behalf. On the mentally, when you need to be mentally stable, you need to understand the fact that what you're getting trained for, you will be aloof from the world, left and right. You will be left with 20-25 people, and one, two, or maximum 4 or 5 would change in the course of those 6 to 7 months. So you first need to understand that if you feel that there is a rebel inside you and you can break through the chain of the training that is being given here to you, be isolated, then drop that idea immediately. Being a rebel is not at all a good option here. You need to go through the whole training and chain process where you will be locked in here and you will have to be isolated from the world. You could see the world pretty nice, but it's not meant for you.
Yes, sir. So now let's quickly go through the rapid fire round.
Sure.
Like I should start with.
You start.
Okay, sir. So we'll start with you.
Okay.
One thing you would like to change in the shipping industry as a young mariner.
I guess nothing.
Okay. If given a chance to start again, what it would be, B.Tech or BSc?
B.Tech, of course.
Describe Manet in 2 or 3 words.
Describe management in 2 or 3 words. Okay, so I don't know.
Okay.
No, that was 3 words. I don't know.
Okay. If not merchant navy, then where you would be now?
I think I would go for some aerospace engineering.
That's great. Best thing about marine engineering?
You would get the chance to work with machineries
A lot.
a lot.
Rank in the order of your preference: bulk carrier, tanker, container, Ro-Ro, LPG.
LPG,
And would be the last one.
Ro-Ro.
Okay. One piece of advice to the young cadets.
Try to read the books.
Okay. That was great. So we'll start with you.
Okay, sure.
One thing you would like to change in the shipping industry as a young mariner.
No, I guess nothing.
Everything's good.
Everything's good.
If given a chance to start again, what it would be, B.Tech or BSc?
Absolutely.
Okay. Describe Manet in 2 or 3 words.
My bread and butter bearer.
That is actually true. If not merchant navy, then where you would be right now?
If not merchant navy, then I would probably be designing machines or engines for automobiles.
Wow. Best thing about marine engineering?
You get that feel when you get that blue ball in your hands, that you have done the job with your hand, and what you're earning is because what you have worked for.
Okay. Rank in the order of preference: bulk carrier, container, Ro-Ro, LPG, tankers.
I would start with LPG, then tankers, then containers, bulk carriers, and Ro-Ro at the last.
Okay. One piece of advice to the young cadets.
One piece of advice to the young cadets. Okay, just very short and small line. Trust the process. It's going to help you. Don't be a rebel. Trust the process.
So, here we come to the end of the video. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Being on channel. Thank you, sir. Hope this video was informative, and those who want to get placed in Chevron, they'll benefit from this video. Do subscribe and share. Thank you.